All right. So, once again, I'm not a registered financial advisor, but I know that this information can really help out a lot of my friends, a lot of family when it comes to their finances because, you know, we're all kind of caught up in the matrix, right? We're told to pay off our house, we're told to, keep investing as much as we can in our 401k. I mean, I used to invest the full amount back in the day. It's about 18,000 a year. I don't know if it's reached 20,000 a year yet. And I had all this math written out like everyone else. I was contributing the max I could in my 401k, and I was calculating it up till the age of 60 or 65, and I knew I would have, X amount of millions of dollars left to hopefully help me live from age 65 to 95 in retirement. And, it's just, it's a really poor way of thinking. And when I say poor, I don't mean poor in terms of, it's the worst decision in the world, because it's not. Would I take that decision over not investing? Absolutely. But if you take a choice of investing and where to put that, let's say 18,000 a year or 10,000 a year, whatever it is that you're putting into your 401k, there are much better resolutions financially for you. So this is my personal take, right? So you got to remember that if you're let's say you're 30 years old today and you're thinking about retirement at the age of 65, you're thinking 35 years away. So it's 2022 now, so you're thinking about retirement in the year 2057. I think I did my math right there. You got to remember that if you accumulate a few $1,000,000, then that is probably going to be, with the way inflation is right now, I'm not exaggerating, 1/20th to 1/25th of the value that it is today. So I'll give you an example. I saw an economist say that he thinks Bitcoin will reach $13 million per Bitcoin by 2035, and that's very realistic. But the value of it in today's dollars will only be $1 million, which means that if a 4-pack of butter cost you $6 today, in the year 2035, it's going to cost you $78. It's going to 12x. So to save all of your money in a 401k in the hopes that it's going to grow by 10% a year and compound its value, and you're going to be sitting pretty at the age of 65, you're not going to be living like you think. You're going to be living on pennies, not, dollars. So my opinion, this is just me, who's, a guy who struggled his whole life financially growing up, to, I had to really critically think financially how I can set myself up right. Now, if you take that same exact money and you invest it into real estate, that will change your life forever. Okay? Because if you take that money, let's say you save up $100,000 versus investing $100,000 into the 401k, the bank is going to lend you 5 times that amount. So you take that $100,000, and versus having it in the stock market, you can get a $500,000 property. Now that $500,000 property will generate a few $1,000s of revenue for you per month. If you do Airbnb the way I can teach you, it will build equity. It will build appreciation over the years. Sure, it's up and down, but over the course of the years, it will go up. And you get a crazy tax write-off. So when you become a business owner, the amount of tax deductible opportunities you get is life-changing. It's financially changing. So rather than saving for 35 years or 40 years, whatever it is that you're going to work to try to live off a big pile of cash, you're much better off trying to live off a big pile of real estate. So if you had a dozen properties that are cash flowing you $3,000 a month, Now you're cash flowing $36,000 a month, and you've probably accumulated 5, 6 times the overall wealth and appreciation than you would have had if you had just saved the dollars. So rather than having $3 million of net worth, you probably have $12 million of net worth, and you have a bunch of money coming in every single month. So here's something really slick about 401ks that they don't tell you. You got to remember, and listen, I'm a salesperson, so I'm not saying all salespeople are bad, but these are salespeople, and they have jobs, and their job is to sell you on their products. They sell companies on the 401k every single day. I think I saw a number that there's like $7 or $8 trillion in the 401k. It's outrageous. So here's what they do. It's really slick, okay? So what they do is they take your money, your, let's say $10,000 a year, and they create basically a mutual fund. So if you don't know what a mutual fund is, rather than investing into Starbucks, let's say one stock or one company, it might be 100 different companies, and they could be all real estate companies, they could be all healthcare companies, they could be a mix, diverse, they could be technology and healthcare, and agriculture, right? They could diversify it, which they typically do. And their sales pitch to you is that, hey, you're busy being a teacher, you're busy being a doctor, you're busy, being a construction worker, whatever your career is. We know we know the stock market. We follow it every day. Give us your money and we'll invest it for you. Now, what they don't tell you is how much they're charging you. And that fee cuts into your gains like you wouldn't believe, right? That's their commission. They're not doing it for free. So here's the big caveat with all of this. Let's say you told me, Eric, Biggie, I'm really scared to do what you're saying in real estate. I don't think like that. I just want to do the 401k route. Okay, I'm going to help you do it so you feel safe. I'm going to help you do it better than you ever could have with a financial advisor, okay, at some brokerage company. Get your money. So let's say you work for a company like Paychex, or you work for some large medical company, right? Take your money out of the 401k right now, and you're better off just simply buying and taking your $10,000 a year and putting it into the S&P 500, okay? If you don't know what the S&P 500 is, that's basically the 500 largest American stocks. So your $10,000 a year is basically going into Apple, Target, Google, all those large companies, Amazon's, all these large companies. The S&P 500 beats 96% of all mutual funds. Listen to that again. The S&P 500 outpaces, over the course of years and decades, 96% of all mutual funds. The only mutual funds it doesn't beat are the ones that you got to be a baller to get into. I can't get into it. No way. You probably need $500 million to get into these mutual funds. You probably see Ray Dalio. You see a lot of these big time financial guys. Those are the ones that sometimes can beat it. Who knows what metrics they use? They probably have these crazy supercomputers and super technology that are timing the market. But that you will actually outpace your 401k if you just put your money in the S&P 500 for the next 35 years. Now here's the other thing. If you invest your money into, let's say you open up a Fidelity account or an E-Trade account or any single one of these brokerages, they're not going to charge you a fee. So if you invest that money yourself, it'll probably charge you 0.001 fee or something versus a few percent with this other brokerage. So if you're too scared to invest into real estate or cryptocurrencies, my biggest win was cryptocurrency a few years ago. I got really lucky. I first bought my first Bitcoin. It was actually under $1,000, believe it or not. And I bought most of it when it was right around $3,000. Don't get me wrong, I've won and lost, but I've won big time. if you can't handle that racket of ups and downs, listen, my real estate right now is fantastic, but I get it. There could be a 30% correction coming here in the next, could be very soon. I can stomach that because I'm prepared financially, but what I can't stand is seeing some of my friends and hardworking families that are really being sold by the financial world that a 401k is a good investment. It's not. It's better than not doing anything, but stay away from the 401k. Once again, this is not financial advice. I'm not a registered financial advisor. I'm just some dude trying to make it myself. So I wish you the best.